After my son Logan passed away, I felt completely alone. Like no one, not even God, could reach me in that darkness. But then something began to happen. Little moments, subtle signs, gentle reassurances started breaking through my grief. They weren't loud and they weren't dramatic, but they carried hope. And in this video, I want to share what I call the silent language of God's hope. Those quiet ways God speaks to us in grief, and how you can begin noticing them in your own grief journey. When Logan passed, I cried out for answers. I wanted a booming voice from heaven, a miracle, something undeniable. Instead, what I received were whispers, subtle but steady. A song playing at just the right moment. A feather appearing on a day when I needed to know Logan was near. A sense of peace in the middle of overwhelming sorrow. Have you ever felt something like that? A quiet nudge, a reassurance that seemed too perfect to be coincidence? That's the whisper of divine comfort. God's signs often come through the ordinary, wrapped in the rhythm of daily life. A butterfly that lingers longer than expected. A scripture that leaps off the page just when you needed it. An unexpected encounter with someone who speaks exactly the words in your heart. I've learned to stop brushing these off as just coincidences. Instead, I receive them as God's subtle language of hope. Reminders that Logan is safe and that I'm not walking this journey alone. And some might say these are just patterns our brain has created to find meaning. And yes, psychology tells us our minds are wired to notice connections. But here's the thing, whether you call it faith or serendipity, the impact is the same, peace. And when you're grieving, peace is priceless. And for me, I choose to see the whispers of God's fingerprints, small assurances that even in my deepest sorrow, His love has not let me go. So, how can we notice these subtle signs in our own grief journey? Mindfulness. Slow down enough to see what's going on around you. Journaling. Record the moments that feel meaningful, and you'll start to see a pattern. I know I did. And prayer. Ask God to open your spiritual eyes to His whispers of comfort. And gratitude. Thank God for even the smallest reassurances. Gratitude amplifies awareness. The key is patience. Signs rarely come when we demand them, but they often appear when we need them the most. And recognizing God's subtle signs doesn't erase grief. And losing Logan will always ache. But I know God is still here, and that love endures, and that peace is possible even in pain. So I want to ask you, what quiet reassurances are you open to receiving today? John 14:18 says, I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. God has promised His presence, and in grief, those promises often arrive in the smallest, most unexpected ways. I'm Angela Frazier, and though I carry the loss of Logan's passing every day, I also carry the hope that God continues to whisper into my story. And if this message spoke to you, I invite you to share in the comments, what signs of hope have you noticed in your own grief? Your story could be the reminder someone else is praying for today. And if you need encouragement, get my free devotional journal, Beauty in the Valley, inspired by Logan's journey home, at the link below. With love always, Angela and Logan.